And that is such a quick conversation when you have that favorite showroom salesperson in your back pocket, or your favorite seasoned decorative plumbing and hardware rep that you know. And that's going back to your earlier question about maintaining and cultivating those relationships. Because when you do have those relationships, things pop up. It's a quick call. We can figure it out together.
First off, thanks for doing this with us.
Yeah, you bet.
Can you tell us a little bit about kind of your career path and what you do now and where you're at?
Sure. It's been about 30 years now in the industry. Started working for a plumbing wholesale supplier showroom. Worked my way into outside sales for decorative plumbing and hardware manufacturers. Climbed the ladder a bit. Became the VP of sales for a plumbing manufacturer who had one leg firmly planted in the wellness space. And then ultimately, I started my own independent manufacturer's rep agency focused on decorative plumbing and hardware product in Colorado and New Mexico. I represent California Faucets, Waterstone, Bain Ultra, the Furniture Guild, Electric Mirror, AMBA, and Elno.
Awesome. A little bit of something that people might not know is that you're really plugged into the industry. There's the Decorative Plumbing and Hardware Association, and at one point you were the president of what we call the DPHA, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What were your duties there? What did you do for them, and how did that help the industry as a whole?
Yeah. The president of the DPHA is the official representative and spokesperson for the association, presides over board meetings, works closely with the executive committee and the executive director of the management company to manage the daily affairs. Although really the executive director pulls the lion's share weight of that, Rebecca Cobe, and before her, Jim Babbitt. I'd say the biggest thing that the president does is really listening to the members. And then with the executive team, creating and supporting the association's mission and goals to be the best association we can for the members, all within budget.
Touching a little bit more on the DPHA, like what we mainly cater to designers and builders and everything. What should they know about that association?
Well, the DPHA is the membership includes three legs of the stool, we like to call it. It's the manufacturers, it's the independent rep agencies like myself, and it's the showroom dealers like you. And it kind of is a platform for sharing ideas, connecting, making sure we're all rowing in the same direction, and it's trying to deliver the best experience ultimately to the designer and the designer's client.
Hearing about your career experience, you've been in sales most of that time. What made you decide to pursue sales?
I don't know if I pursued it. I think I backed myself into it. I started at that plumbing wholesale house that I referenced before. It was a post-college grad management internship type training program, and I worked in a lot of different departments. And one of the departments I worked in was the showroom, and that felt like just a total fit. I've always been interested in architecture and design, and that kind of allowed me to plug into that passion. So yeah, I guess that's how I rolled into it.
What advice would you offer if you were only able to offer one bit of advice to a designer that obviously is selling their services to clients? What kind of sales advice would you offer to a designer?
Well, I'm not sure if this is what you're looking for, but I'm always a big people person, and I really feel like the most important thing to do is to both stay open to new industry relationships and cultivate industry relationships, because there's a lot of moving pieces, and in order to keep it all moving forward, it helps if we're all on the same page.
What do you wish that every designer knew about our industry or about your products as a whole?
Um, I struggle to communicate new product, new technologies, new concepts in plumbing and hardware with the design community specifically. You're going to see that I post things on Instagram. I'm sending email blasts out once a quarter to feature a new product. But ultimately, I feel like the best way to kind of interact and touch and feel and learn is old-fashioned one-on-one in-person meetings, which is sometimes a challenge when we're all struggling to find time in the day to be able to do something like that.
I think you just answered this, but would you consider one-on-ones the best way for a designer to interact with somebody like yourself? Like, obviously, they come into DSKB, they get to meet with a team here. We do our best to be an industry expert, and when we have questions, you're the industry expert that we lean on. How can designers best interact with you if they want to talk to you directly?
Yeah, well, I think you just touched on something. I think meeting in person again, but meeting in person can happen at the design firm. That helps cut down time and energy on the designer's side. But I think that the best place is at the showroom. Pick your favorite showroom, because now we can really touch and feel and explore way more so than me bringing in one display sample.
I like that. This is going to be a two-part question, but when it comes to different styles and technologies and designs, what have you seen change the most over the years of your career? And then, in addition to that, what are you seeing that is the most exciting or trending thing that's happening today?
Okay, so two things there:
Yep.
style change and design. So I'd say on the style side, my particular area of expertise that I could speak to would be metal finishes, and I've seen a huge drop off on matte black. Uh, Within the last year, it was probably top three, top four sales, and now it's just disappeared. I think it became probably too popular, too pedestrian. And in its place, we see a lot of really dark oil road bronze coming back into the place. That might be a Colorado thing more than a U.S. thing, but that's a new trend. I would say what else on finishes? Unlacquered brass is still very popular with that organic, natural feel that we're going for sometimes. A brushed black nickel has become very popular in the last year. And split finishes, but subtly done. Split finishes where you're just tweaking the color of the handle a little bit here or there, but allowing some customization to the client, really making it theirs. That's probably what I can think of on the style spectrum that I have sightline to. In terms of like design trends, I'm super excited about the wellness in design. That's kind of just exploding on the scene right now. For me and my brands, that's bathtubs that offer like a hydrothermal massage, which is basically like a massage therapy immersed in a warm water environment. It's introducing natural therapies to alleviate pain, to promote relaxation, and it's just huge. And it started off. I feel like we were looking at maybe natural wood tones in cabinetry, or you throw a plant in the bathroom, or you get some plush towels, and you try to create this spa-like atmosphere. But an authentic spa is really going to be focused on offering natural therapies to the end user, not just aesthetic. So that's a big one.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, maybe a little bit, but if you're a designer, a builder, or a contractor and you're looking for a new partner and you're going into some different showrooms that offer, the products like we have here, what should they be looking for? What kind of questions might they ask to see if they're a good fit?
So I'm going to go back to people again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that different showrooms have different brands. There's a lot of really great brands out there. There's a lot of high quality and style forward brands in the showrooms today. But man, it's so important that you make that personal connection. You feel like this is someone that I can trust and move forward with. And when times aren't so good, you know that you can give them a call and you're going to get someone that helps you out. So I think people.
Anything that they should look for in particular as they walk in the door, or like a specific question that might kind of find out if that person is that right person?
I don't think that there's that. I think it's you gotta feel it, and you gotta feel it over. Some people can make a snap judgment on personality types in a matter of minutes. Some people can't, but it's trust is earned over time. It's not. I don't know if it can be summed up in one question.
If you're a plumber and you're very used to calling on or buying from your wholesale supplier, which obviously you need for all your pipes and your fittings and all of those kind of things, why would a plumber might want to consider also going to the showroom side of that same business or to a higher end showroom in general?
Well, the plumbing business is tricky. Back to those thermostatic shower systems, you got to have an expert. And I know that you might be comfortable working with that same person behind a plumbing counter or whatever. But yeah, in terms of what we do day in and day out, you need an expert. And anything less than working with an expert is setting yourself up for trouble and setting your client up for trouble. You need an expert.
I kind of asked you this before as terms of sales, but if you only had one piece of advice for our clientele in this industry, mainly catering to a designer, what would that be?
Well, I think we talked about the personal connection, cultivating those personal relationships, having that trusted showroom salesperson or rep in your back pocket is so important. So important.
I like that. If somebody wants to find you, what's the best way to do that? Website, social media?
Yeah, so Summit Architectural Resource. I have a website, summit-ar.com. I have an Instagram page, and you can call me, you can email me. I'm out there.
If you need his contact information, you can always reach out to us as well. Thanks for coming in, and appreciate you answering all our questions.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else that you think would be an interesting industry tidbit or something that you would want to say?
No, I think hitting on the trending styles, hitting on the trending designs. I guess those are the biggies. It's interesting to me, how much I would like to ask the designer. I want to see your next episode where you've got a designer in the seat and you're asking a lot of those same questions, because a lot of my information on what the designers are looking for comes from conversations with designers.
Yeah.
And not every designer is the same. Everyone's got a own personality and set of things they're going after. So I'd be interested to hear a designer answer a lot of your questions. Yeah.
I think that's good.